Alright, back in action already into game number 2. Spawning in the lower side of Anti-Research Station, it's the red Terran player, Complexity's Tyga.
Its opposition as the blue Zerg, it's JonSnow.
So we made some jokes about the last game, and folks have started doing like the math and chat, like just how many minerals would have come from those mules, how to use them, this, that, the other. I don't think it really mattered. It was kind of a joke at the time, guys, but it should have taught you guys a lesson. Don't be kids.
I feel like it was such an odd time to be to Manor Mule because it was during a drop. It wasn't like a main attack.
In fairness, though, he was doing so much damage. Like, there's the adrenaline rush from the fact that you've got the gold mine. There's the actual damage you've dealt. You feel like you're king of the world, and it's your polite way of saying, get the hell out of my game. I mean, you're right. It was silly, it was weird, it was funny, but regardless, we'll see what this game has in store for us. Tyga has proven to play, like, every time we see this guy, and I'm not talking about just the games we've seen today versus Cats versus JonSnow, but like every time we get to see Tyga, whether it's in a qualifier or not, even when he loses, this guy never fails to entertain. It's probably when he's one of my more favored Terrans to cast. Plus, you know, Canada.
Sure. Canada's alright.
I really wish you had been there for the qualifiers. Like the one I always go back to this was the one when you went for when you left to do the thing with Fear Dragon, was when we got to see Tyga beat JYP with Mech. I mean, that was so cool. Like, just I have so many fond memories of this guy.
And thus ended JYP's career. What a mean thing to bring up.
Rip. Is he actually like retired, or do we know what's going on with him? I know he was in school.
No idea. I think he did.
He came, well, okay, so I know the story was he came to America to go some school stuff and possibly participate, I think, in IM qualifiers or something, but outside of that, I don't know if I've actually heard anything about, like, actually retiring.
Don't know. We have a normal opener from Tyga. Just a Reaper.
Yeah, one. What does he think this is?
StarCraft 2. Yeah, no, but I mean, I'm talking like as, you know, this map was played out versus Cats and did that one base weird build. I think he realizes that JonSnow very well could have been watching the stream. Doesn't want to bring out the same stuff.
Let's not forget, like, because this is the losers match, we still have the winners match to play out behind this, guys. Cats will fight off against State over there, and the loser will play the winner of this whole series. So I guess, yeah, it kind of, you know, someone like Cats might be watching this just kind of maybe because he's bored, or maybe because he wants to see how well Tyga's still playing. Should he win this, maybe he has to fight him again in the finals. We don't know just yet, but yeah, I don't think anyone's worried about hiding builds just yet. Just playing the best they can for the sake of the tournament, staying alive and all that. No one likes being the losers match.
It's true. 6 Lings might be a little unnecessary for one Reaper, but he didn't know. He has no idea what Tyga's planning. He doesn't see anything, surprisingly. The Ovos never got a glimpse of the barracks even being put down, or the command center of the Natural.
So it's kind of interesting. I'd love to definitely get someone like a bunch of players like, say, Lilicanine or Ruff or even Tyga in some sort of barcode tournament, right? And just see just how the players react. Because you build a certain way, like Katz kind of said in that first series, like, oh, I forgot I was playing against Tyga, right? Brushes off as a bit of a joke, but maybe JonSnow as well has played him enough times that he knows, like, okay, this guy can go heavy Reapers in the other game, he can be cheesy, like it is worth over-investing for a defense. But I wonder if, like, this was like a barcode and he didn't know it was Tyga, would that still be the same? We need to do a barcode tournament sometimes, Navigator, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Alright. I would just keep on looking at JonSnow's vision, right? Like, I'm so surprised at how little he saw.
How little he knows?
Yeah, exactly. Gets quite an early Bailey nest because of this. I mean, he really, I think he, you know, seeing the Hellions at a normal timing, he knows that the command center was taken. But if he really was watching the games versus Cats, I would be really paranoid.
I don't. It's a pretty heavy Hellion attack that's going to follow this up. Cats does have really good queen control, which is part of why he was able to deal with attacks from Tyga so effectively. I don't know if we can say JonSnow's gonna have that same skill / combination luck, but with the amount of lings he has, he'll at least have things to respond with, opposed to getting caught in the middle of droning. So lots of Hellions, and not a couple, but like a lot of freaking Hellions. He's gonna go bio behind this. His stim starts up pretty quickly. Oh, see just how much gets baited towards the natural base while the Hellions make their move.
Could find a good position in the mineral line, probably. Keep the Lings back here. The Queens won't be able to make it their way over here because, I mean, there wasn't creep spread from the main to the supposed natural out of the third, and there's not even creep spread from the third. It's not done yet, so...
Oh, okay, well here comes the Hellions. 5 kills to start, but this is a lot of Hellions. They have to get more than a couple of drone kills. Great spot found in the middle, and a Baneling's going to waddle its way in, though, so they got to be careful. Starting to run away from this exposes them to the Lings, but that drop goes off in the natural once more. Might be able to do a bit of damage. So drones here to kill is the problem.
Took down so many Lings.
Yeah, 25. Plus the 9 drones, not too bad.
Not at all. This third, though.
I didn't think he would get this, but instead of going back home to defend, he goes for the counterattack, which it's a bold move, hoping that Tyga has his depots down, and they are down. Oh, he's gonna go for a bust. They take all that back. You know, when you've only got 2 bases, why not?
but even with the bust, I don't know. It depends on how the Hellions are going to be used here, and if the supply depots are up and he's prepared. He does send the Hellions back up. Hopefully he raises the supply depots. He does. He sees...
A couple of Banelings, but he doesn't see this many until it's too late. Bunkers are coming down. He's going to try and get another wall off behind this. That's actually a really smart move. The Banelings will have to bust through once again. If he can get rid of most of the Banelings, though, the Lings aren't that scary. The Hellions will clean it up, but of course 3 Banelings is still quite fearsome as they wrap around the side. Marines might go down, but he's going to hold. I mean, it's just production would cover it at this point. SCVs could cover it at this point, as long as he can get that wall fixed up pretty quick. And there we go.
Yeah. Well, it's very important that he did keep on making those Hellions. Otherwise, it would have been a tough hold, for sure. That would have been a barracks on the factory, or in the reactors factory. God, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And the production just wouldn't be there. Like, the useful production. The Marines wouldn't be able to micro like the Hellions would.
I feel like if JonSnow didn't go for this secondary attack, he might have been able to macro behind this, but he's not even going to try and take that third base back. He does have that drop to worry about still going around. I mean, Tyga has done so much with this already. Just killing the hatchery alone was nice, but picking up Lings means less Banelings, less Lings to follow up the Banelings. If there is going to be a secondary bust, it's not going to be that powerful.
They're coming in like pieces at a time as well. Like, really great. For as few units as Tyga's used, he's gotten a lot from it, where JonSnow's like completely opposite. A lot of Lings don't really do a whole lot.
The last time, too, those Banelings had this nice time where there was only like 2 Hellions and 2 Marines, right? And even then he couldn't break it. This time there's a lot more Hellions, a lot more Marines. The wall is up. I mean, the bust isn't going to work. Just bottom line.
Yeah. Probably going to go into game 3 fairly quickly after that. Now he sees that the third CC is even up. Like,
Hellions are quite bold hugging the depot like that, but they do just shred this, and that's kind of the end of the road. We do have more Banelings coming, but these should be focused down pretty easily, I think. They got a couple of the Hellions, sure, but good game, well played. All right, game number 3 will be coming up. We're not going to play ads unless somebody disappears. We want to hop right into the action if we can. Do you know which map it is off the top of your head?